Welcome back, Guardians. I hope your travels and experiences have kept you sheltered from the bitter winds of our reality. It is not a soft breeze that nips at your back or caresses your face. It is a wave of a million blades. It is harsh and unforgiving. But then again, so are you. Your actions echo across our ruined system. Perhaps in your hands we should place our future. Perhaps we should cherish a second golden age thanks to your triumphs. But for now, after the fall of Golgoroth and the destruction of his ruined tablet, you face two daughters of the great Taken King, Ir Anuk and Ir Halak. Pardoning my pronunciation, high formal names never sit well on my tongue. Regardless, these two daughters of Oryx, if daughter can be applied, are your next challenge. The twins were made from the same cut. In verse 37 of the Books of Sorrow, it states, "I made you by cutting one larvae in half. It would not die. Each half grew into one of you. My sword is named Willbreaker, but it never broke you." Oryx is almost poetic with his words. An eternity of life and contemplation can perhaps make a philosopher out of anything, even a creature as vile as this Taken King. But these Death Singers, are they truly his daughters, his spawn? No records of Hive lore specifically indicate the truth you may seek, but the term daughter still applies. He treated them with contempt and harshness, just as he treated his son Crota, as is the Hive way. Their love for kin is not ours, but it is no less effective. Their love is a true Darwinism, an almost unbearable truth that our universe would show to any weakness. For example, if your brother or sister's farm in the frontier suffered a poor crop cycle due to a drought, you would provide for them. As family has always done, you may shelter them, clothe them, or take upon their debts, because you harbor a familial bond. In humanity's very short existence, this is our one grace. An idealism that kin, whether made by nature or by pact, are to be protected. Such is the way of a guardian in the defense of the city. But to the Hive, you are not to provide for your kin. If they are weak, foolish, or reckless, they are to be left to their own fate, to end. The Hive seek to live beyond the heat death of the universe, and in their perverse logic, this can only be done by creating, or more appropriately, shaping the perfect beings, free from idiocy and fragility. According to Hive lore, Oryx seemed to fear his daughters more than his enemies. They peered into the secrets of the Ascendant Realms and attempted to surpass death. Ir Anuk was a scholar. She wrote 11 truths about the Ascendant Realms that we know of, and promised to remove one of these truths from the fabric of reality to honor the Hive god Aka. Savathun, sister to Oryx, grew jealous of Ir Anuk's brilliance, as Anuk attempted to receive the mantle of godhood, something Savathun has not done, and a feat only accomplished by Oryx. In the shadows and out of the limelight of her twin, Ir Halak would attempt to perfect the death songs. These death songs are quite interesting. According to Toland, they are forms of words or rites used to eliminate portions of reality or bend existence to their will. The first reported sighting of a death singer utilizing this song was presented by Guardians facing a wizard called Ir Yunt in the bowels of Luna. According to these reports, she was eliminated along with Crota during the Vanguard attempts to purge the Hive brood, but rumors are circulating in the tower that she still walks the halls of Crota's Oversoul room. These death singers have seemingly limitless power. Ir Halak's death song was tested in the throne world of Xivu Arath, the second sister to Oryx, according to the Books of Sorrow. This death song decimated all who heard its tune at the rage of Xivu Arath. The Hive magic and mysticism still eludes many of our brightest scholars. the most trusted of us upon the Hive task, is now lost. And while Toland's journals fill the voids in certain subjects, his absence will be next to impossible to fill. If only he were here to guide us, set our words and thoughts upon the right path. Our unfamiliarity with the Hive rituals could be turned to our own assets and be set upon our enemies. One of the most powerful, if not most dangerous, of Hive creations are these Oversouls, seen with Crota and the War Priest of Oryx. Oversouls were created by Ir-Anuk and Ir-Halak in an attempt to surpass existence. According to the Books of Sorrow, verse 38, the twin sisters were attempting to speak to the darkness as Oryx had. But this power was only for Oryx and the tablets of ruin he possessed. He closely guarded the secrets to his own immortality and strength, even from his own kin, worried they may eventually surpass him. In their attempts to commune with the darkness, they produced Oversouls, a tactic that would be utilized across the Hive broods under Oryx. Crota was tasked to watch over his sisters to make sure they did not surpass Oryx. But all Hive are ambitious, and Crota too sought to create an Oversoul in defiance of Oryx. These spherical shapes are mechanisms that allow an ascendant soul to become more resilient to death. It is a wound in space or reality that allows one existence to be set outside the norms for that specific reality. Essentially, Oversouls allow for a type of pseudo-immortality. Technically, the Ascendant Hive that possesses Oversouls are not invincible, just less likely to fall prey to mortal wounds. You may now see why these daughters of Oryx are perhaps a greater threat than anything you have faced thus far. Their ambition would incur the wrath of Oryx, their tinkering the scolding of Xivu Arath, and their ability the jealousy of Savathun. Quite wondrous creatures, are they not? Capable of impossibilities made real through ire and defiance, a sheer will to challenge the fundamental laws of nature and place their beings outside of all understanding. These are the Death Singers, the immortal daughters of the great Taken King, and now you must face their song. But you will persevere, as you have done countless times before. With your hellfire-infused weaponry, you usher an age of insurmountable light. In your wake will certainly lie the end to these Death Singers and their dreams of a city drowned in fire. Make it so, Guardians.